So multiple times on this channel, I've said why gatekeeping is so important, and I started reading this article from Polygon because they were going over Rogue Trader, and I've played that a couple times on the channel. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. It sticks to the lore to an exceptional level. There are a little bit of changes, but they're very minor, and I've actually seen that in the books. So where little changes like that get made, so I'm not overly concerned about this. But this article and this person, whoever the fuck Cass Marshall is, don't understand the lore. And they want to change shit, which means they don't like the lore. This is why gatekeeping is important. But we're going to go over this article. So before we do, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share this one out. Rogue Trader's companions are garbage, and that's why I love them. Do you, though? It's a common trope in role-playing games for the protagonist to have a party that follows them around, bolster their skills in combat, and provides different perspectives on the world. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader is no exception. As the titular Rogue Trader, I can take a retinue with me wherever I go. This can include a rare trusted few, or I could go hog wild and recruit smugglers, criminals, dangerous psychers, and mysterious Xenos. Well, yeah, you're on the wild frontier of the fucking galaxy. Like, your kind of role is to do everything for the glory of the Imperium. And, okay, it's where the normal people can't get to. What makes this experience so delightful is that all my party members share two things in common. They suck and they all hate each other. I feel like a bus driver carting around a bunch of terrible students who are all slap fighting in the back seat, except instead of being students, all these are people who are incredibly deadly and blessed with high caliber weaponry and brain powers. Where do I start dissecting this one? They're all naturally going to hate each other, because depending on when they were founded and what their role is in the Imperium, they're going to have wildly different perspective on how you do everything for the glory of the fucking God Emperor of mankind. Like a psyker. The black ships, the Black Fleet goes around collecting tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of psychers, bringing them to Terra and sacrificing the ones that don't have control to keep the fucking God Emperor alive, because he's the only thing keeping humanity together. He's the only thing keeping warp travel safe for everything the Imperium does. Sisters of Battle, I said it in a previous video, they were the brides of the Emperor before they were the Sisters of Battle. Before the Ecclesiarchy fucking took them in. They do everything for the glory of the Emperor. And they absolutely hate anything that's fucking heresy. Which is kind of weird that, the Rogue Trader stumbles across one out in the fucking Wildlands. But anywho, and yes, I know it's not called the Wildlands. It's for the fucking normies watching the people who aren't into 40k lore. Fuck off. Okay, I'm going to keep moving on before I make this a fucking 4-hour lore video. It's a delightful contrast to Baldur's Gate 3, which has a cast of well-rounded and fully realized companion characters who slowly become more sympathetic over the course of the game. You start off as a bunch of hostile strangers, but you eventually become a proper adventuring party that stands shoulder to shoulder against the apocalypse. Or you fucking kill him in the beginning of the game, or in the middle of the game, or at the end of the game. That happens too. Sure, every Baldur's Gate 3 companion has their own issues, and there are a couple of instances where they're right at each other's throat. A couple. There's like multiple dozens. But deep down, they all have potential to have a heart of gold. It depends on how you create. It depends on what your choices are and how you make them interact. I don't think this person fully understands any of the fucking games that they're going on about. In Rogue Trader, everyone starts out as an asshole and then undergoes trauma that makes them even worse. Let's start with the Seneschal and party's MVP, Abelard. Dude's a fucking great character. He's like a 2IC that keeps the entire ship running so the Rogue Trader can do what the fuck they need to. As Seneschal, Abelard is meant to help me out, run certain parts of my ship, and herald my arrival. There's just one problem. Abelard, more like enable hard. This guy never says no. That's not his role's not to say no. You're his commanding officer. You don't tell your commanding officer no. You trust their decisions. They say this decision, you fucking go with it. Your job isn't to babysit them. It's to hand out the direct orders, and you rule with the authority of the Imperial God Emperor. He'll do my bidding without question. If I think guy's looking too proud and I decide the best way to humble it is to remove his kneecaps, Abelard would ensure I don't have to dirty my hands. Very practical, but not very moral. Holy shit. They don't understand 40k at all. Literally at all. Bro, the Imperial Guard, what are they called now? The Astra Militarum. Yeah, I'm old school. Imperial Guard. Fuck this new naming bullshit. Instead of developing tactics to fight enemies, they throw billions of humans at an enemy in an attempt to just completely overrun them because the Emperor fucking protects. If you live, you go on to the next one. There are literally fucking death worlds where they send people to just clear. You have Dark Eldar, who... Okay, what are they called? The Drukhari. The Drukhari now. Who are Eldar? What do they call the Eldar now? Fuck, I don't remember. Fucking Daisy Eaters. Anyway, Eldar. That fucking knife-eared elves. They literally murder-fucked a chaos god of excess into existence. Their morality is not kind of a thing. Okay. Fuck. This is going to be a long video. I apologize in advance. Okay, here we go. Then there's Argenta, Sister of Battle. The religious warrior wants to murder half of the other people on the ship in service to the God Emperor. Praise the God Emperor. Good work, sister. If Argenta was in charge, jaywalking would be a crime punishable by death by fire. Nothing wrong with that. There were multiple times during the campaign when I had to actively prevent her from putting a bolt or shell in the middle of another party member's face. That party member might have fucking deserved it. In my fucking live stream playthrough, I put bolter rounds through people's fucking face for fucking heresy. They don't understand the fucking lore. Like, perfect example. When Chaos shows up, the only way to stop Chaos from showing up again is to murder anybody who fucking witnessed it. Because just acknowledging, even a single person acknowledging Chaos's existence can lead to wide-scale death of billions of people. Like, the orcs are a perfect example of how I can break this down extremely simple. The warp is another dimension. The warp affects the normal dimension, the same dimension that humans are in. There are a race called orcs. You get enough orcs together and they believe something without doubt, they can will that to existence. And I think the perfect way to explain this is if an entire world believes in Santa Claus and they have no doubt that Santa Claus exists and they all agree what Santa Claus is, Santa Claus forces itself into reality and becomes real for that planet. A man in a fucking sled will fly around dropping gifts off once a year. That will happen because that's how the warp works. So yes, Sister Argenta is 100% correct in blowing anybody's head off that believes in fucking heresy. This gatekeeping. Gatekeeping fixes all of this shit. All right, I'm gonna Heinrich von. Okay, let's see what they say about the Inquisition. I'm gonna give one more second. Heinrich von Kalux, an agent of the Inquisition, isn't much better. He's super mad anytime I pal around with Xenos. I don't think I met him in my game yet, but yes, the Inquisition is like the NSA, the KGB, just every secret organization combined into one, given extreme powers, and they all know that everything can go terribly wrong, and they're doing their best to make sure it doesn't. No one tells an Inquisitor no. Because if you do, you're dead. Something about heresy in the face of human supremacy, I don't know. I tune out because you're fucking stupid. And he's also pretty cool with casual murder. It's not casual murder. It's required. I can actually go to him at any point in the campaign and ask him to disappear specific party members, and he'll happily do it overnight. Sounds like a fucking goddamn good Inquisitor. Says a lot about the moral and respective members of the crew are the rogues. Jay and Nadira are a smuggler and a psyker, respectively, and both of them have shady dealings on the side. Okay. Despite their shortcomings, they're among the best at dealing with interpersonal conflict. Cassia, the ship's navigator, is also pretty chill. Fuck, words are hard today. Yeah, Cassia is kind of a waifu. Psyker, telepathica, just... Anywho, Third Eye, I'm a little bit weird. think everybody knew that already. When she's not casually suggesting I remove the vocal cords from my crew members so they don't bother her so much. Okay, so without getting into too much of the lore, your navigator is a rare specimen of humanity who has suffered the taint of the warp, and can navigate the warp. And for those of you who don't know, the warp is another dimension where everything will kill you after it tortures you for thousands of years. If it wants to kill you immediately, it won't. It'll flip you inside out so you feel pain and then kill you. Yes, navigators are kind of fucking important because they protect you from that shit and get you home in hopefully one piece. Okay, anyway. Finally, there's Marazai, the Drukhari I recruited in Gamora. Gamora is kind of a play on Gamora. I briefly touched on how awful the Drukhari are. Yeah, they're the result of Eldar murder fucking a chaos god of excess into existence and creating the Eye of Terror that is a direct connection to reality with the warp, which demons come out of and cause chaos and havoc. And they live in between those two realities. In a city where they regularly go out, kidnap people, torture them, and brutally grape them with spiky marital aids. That is what they do. Their entire life is lived in excess of the most horrific shit you can imagine. Yeah, fuck the Drukhari. Shoot him on sight. It took a little bit of finagling to get him in my party, which makes sense because it's extremely contrived that I would want to recruit him in the first place. Marazai is an antagonistic space elf who feeds off torment of living beings, and he's a major antagonist in the early acts of the game. Still, I went on my way to recruit him, but also romance him, because I was curious to see how the game threads the needle of having such a dangerous companion on the player's side. As it turns out, the way Marazai's romance plays out, it's extremely horny. Before long, he's praising the rogue trader for being an obedient pet, and I have the option to give him hunting grounds aboard my void ship. Every once in a while, he goes around murdering innocent crew members. Everyone gives me big side-eye for enabling it, but look, it's a bleak galaxy of 40k. I deserve a little treat. What the fuck? These party members are terrible, and the events... like, didn't you just fucking complain about this everybody else, but you're fucking in love with the fucking murder rape elf? The fuck? Who the fuck is this weirdo? They need some serious help. Of course. Of course that's what you look like. Of course it is. What the fuck? Holy shit. So murdering people to keep you from getting raped is bad. But loving a rapist and allowing them to do it is perfectly fine in this person's fucking head. These are the fucking weirdos complaining about all the fucking games. This is them. This is the problem. Everybody should gatekeep the fuck out of everything and not put up with this fucking shit. This person needs to have their hard drive checked by the fucking KGB. Send it to fucking Putin and then send them with a fucking passport over there. Don't tell them where they're going. Holy fucking shit. This has to be a joke, right? I'd say it's a joke, but it's Polygon. As much as Polygon's a joke, I know this person's fucking real and absolutely fucking means it. This is why gatekeeping is important. I cannot stress that enough. Gatekeep everything. Because this is the same type of person I've seen year over year where they come into fucking Games Workshop and send them fucking emails. We need female space marines for equality. No, the fuck we don't. The Emperor had 20 fucking sons. That's it. Get over it. There's never going to be a female space marine. Because if there is, it's not 40k. Fucking Christ. Yeah, gatekeep your shit, people. Viciously send your complaints in about people who do this shit. Viciously do it. Now, of course, I'm not asking you to do anything illegal. Just, voice your opinion. Fuck me. Yeah, so that's this article. I hope you enjoyed the rant. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments section. While you're there, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share this one out. But until the next one, guys, be easy like sleazy.